Hey guys, today we are going to talk about dividing integers. So go ahead and open up your pre-algebra notes packet. We're going to pick up where we left off at multiplying integers. Go ahead and flip to the next page. And today we're going to talk about dividing integers. Dividing integers is pretty similar to multiplying integers. So it's the same idea. If we have the same signs, our answer is going to be positive. If we have different signs, our answer is going to be negative. So if we have a positive number and we divide by a positive number, our answer is going to be positive. Same thing, if we have a negative number and we divide by another negative number, our answer is going to be positive. If we have different signs, our answer is going to be negative. So we have a positive number and we divide by a negative number, our answer is going to be negative. If we have a negative number and we divide that by a positive number, our answer is also going to be negative. And like I said, you can use that same triangle that I introduced you to for multiplying integers. It also works for dividing integers. Let's do just a few examples together. Say we have 20 and we're dividing that by 10. So remember, when you're dividing, you can think of it as groups, or it's the inverse of multiplication. So you're dividing 20 by 10 groups. So if you have 20 cookies and you're putting them in 10 different groups, how many groups of cookies are you going to have? You're going to have 2 groups of cookies. And we divided a positive by a positive, and so our answer is positive. And you can always check your work. So anytime you divide, check your work. Your answer and the denominator, so the number on the bottom, those should multiply together to give you the numerator or the top number. So always check your work. Does 2 times 10 give me 20? Yes, it does. So I know I divided correctly. What if we have 16 divided by negative 4? So I always just ignore the signs to begin with. And I just ask myself, if I take 16 and I put it in 4 groups, how many will be in each group? You can think cookies, you can think marbles, balls, whatever you want to think about. And you just group them into 4 groups, then there's going to be 4 in each group. Now I got to look at the signs. So I have a positive number divided by a negative number. So the signs are different, which means my answer is going to be negative. And then let's check our work. So remember, our answer times the bottom number, or the denominator, should multiply to give us our numerator, or the top number. So negative 4 times negative 4, does that give me positive 16? Yes, it does. 4 times 4 is 16, and a negative times a negative is a positive. So we know we divided correctly. Let's do one more example. So say we have negative 9 and we are dividing that by negative 3. Ignore the signs to begin with. If you take 9 and divide it into 3 groups, how many are in each group? 3. And then we look at the sign. So we're dividing a negative by a negative, a negative by a negative. They're the same. So our answer is positive 3. And then let's check our answer. Our answer multiplied by the bottom number, the denominator, 3 times a negative 3, does that equal negative 9? Yes, it does. So I know I divided correctly. So let's go ahead and practice this in your pre-algebra A workbook. Go ahead and take that out. And open up to the dividing integers page. This is your assignment today. You're going to practice finding the quotient. Number 1, we have 35 divided by 7. So if I have 35 cookies and I divide them by 7 people, how many cookies will each person have? Well, 7 times what is 35? That's 5. And I have a positive divided by a positive. The signs are the same, which means my answer is going to be positive. Then, just to be sure, we'll double check. So we'll multiply our answer by the denominator. 5 times 7, is that positive 35? Yes, it is. So we know we divided correctly. And again, remember, you can always use this handy little triangle. Number 2, we have 36 divided by negative 9. So again, we'll ignore the signs. 36 divided by 9, how many will be in each group? That would be 4, because 9 times 4 is 36. Now let's figure out the sign. So we have a positive, and we're dividing that positive by a negative 9, which tells me that our answer is going to be negative 4. Or we can think of it as we have a positive, we're dividing by a negative. They're different. One positive and one negative. That tells us that our answer is going to be negative. Let's double check our work. Our answer was negative 4. If we multiply that by the denominator, which is negative 9, that gives us a positive number, and 9 times 4 is 36. So we divided correctly. Go ahead and complete this assignment.